This video is going to show you all of the 3D Studio Supply area, and you will notice that on your table you have a whole bunch of blue cutting mats on one side. This is where you are going to use your box cutter and scissors and rulers and any material that does not belong in the hot glue area to cut your pieces of paper or cardboard or chipboard. And then when you're ready to hot glue, you're going to bring it over to the hot glue area, and this is where the gluing area will be. The only thing that will be in this area is what you are gluing and the hot glue gun. Nothing else should ever be touching these mats. Then you will also have a container of materials. You have markers, rulers, scissors, glue sticks. We have different triangle rulers, and we have compasses on the bottom here. This person, whoever was at this studio last, did not do a good job cleaning it up because the materials are not in the right order. Make sure that you are following the picture on the side to make sure that your materials are going back where they are supposed to be, or this container will be taken away from your studio. Over here on the shelf here, we have textbooks. We have scrap tag board on the top. You can use as much of that as you want. For the level 1 materials, you are taking 1/2 a piece of paper to experiment with. This is all you get for experimenting with the tag board, or we will be wasting paper. If you absolutely need more paper than that, use the scraps up here. If you have scraps that are still decent size that people can still cut pieces from, then you're gonna put that up here for somebody else to use. If they're really, really teeny tiny, then you can put them in the recycling bin here. Okay, so there should only be small pieces in here and only pieces that nobody else would want to use. We also have compass tools in this container, and we have some tubes that you can use for experimenting and your projects. Make sure that if you're using these for experimenting, you're only using a little bit, because this is all we have for this quarter. We also have sculpture magazines that will help you with learning a little bit more about some different types of sculpture, and there's some cool ideas in there. We have tin foil, plastic wrap, wax paper, and more plastic wrap here that you can use. We have masking tape. We have parchment paper here, and these are the cardboard scissors. You will notice down here there's a picture of where all of your materials are supposed to go at the end of class, and making sure that that is where they are going back. If you have pieces of black paper over some of the shelves, that just means that you don't need to use those materials at this time. On the other side of your table, we have some tape, and again, making sure that the tape is put back in the right area. Underneath the table, we have a box for scrap board, or for scrap chipboard and scrap cardboard. In this box, we want to make sure that we are not putting tiny, tiny pieces of chipboard and cardboard in this box, and that we are putting tiny pieces of chipboard and cardboard like that down there in the recycling bin, this giant trash can. And then we also have some cardboard here. If you use this cardboard, I want you to use it for the purpose that it is white, because that is why it is here. If you do not want white cardboard, then there is not white cardboard here for you to use. All of your other materials that you would need to use at this studio are located over here. We have a whole cabinet full of rulers, scissors, box cutters, Sharpies, X-Acto blades. You won't be using the X-Acto blades at the studio, and these scissors are not supposed to be used for the tape. That is for the scissors that are in your container on the table, but you can use those to cut chipboard and cardboard. We have yardsticks in the top drawer. We have hot glue mats here if you need extra hot glue mats. We have hot glue guns and hot glue sticks in here. And then we have more blue cutting mats if you need more blue cutting mats on the bottom. Those are the materials that you will also want to use at your studio. You also have access to this big chipboard cutter over here, and to use this, you are going to take your chipboard, slide it under, making sure that this black part is all the way to the right side. Put your chipboard underneath this blue part, and then you slide it all the way up to this part so it's nice and tight there. And then you take your black, this black cutter, and you slide it down, and you cut through so that you have the piece that you want and the piece that you don't want. And always slide the black piece back because it only cuts to the left.